The Friday Night Fever Game of the Week is brought to you by Game Day Haircuts.
Oh, yeah! Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Fever. I'm Matt St. Jean. A little different this week. Only two or three games played tonight. All the other games played yesterday, including our game of the week, Shannon and Itawamba. You may know the final score, but do you know how it happened? No? Alrighty then, let's get after it. Senior night at Shannon. Here are the senior cheerleaders juiced up and ready to rock. Both teams traded punts to start the game. On Shannon's second possession, that's a bit high. Picked off by Zion Ashby of Itawamba. Shannon held, however. They didn't let them score, and it was 0-0. Midway through the first quarter. Next Shannon possession. Check out this run by Centwali White. Sticks the hand in the ground, twirls around, keeps his feet, drives forward, gets the first down. I dare you to find a better 10-yard run than that. White was recently named to the North Mississippi All-Star team. Congratulations. Later on that drive, the turnover bug bit again for the Red Raiders. This time it's Isaac Smith nabbed the interception for the Indians, took it down the sideline, pushed out of bounds in Shannon territory. And this time, the Indians took advantage of the Shannon turnover. Tay Chandler takes the handoff, gets the edge, and he was off to the races. Shannon tried to push him out of bounds, but he dives for the pylon. Touchdown. In standard fashion, however, at least for Shannon, the game went right down to the wire. Itawamba got a strip sack with a minute left to play, and they won. They moved to 2-0 in district with a 12-6 win. Just 10 minutes down the road, the undefeated Nettleton Tigers hosted the Kossuth Aggies, and it was a shootout in the first half. Second quarter, Tigers up 14-13, and knocking on the door for more. Davis Oswald handed off to Roderick Patterson, and he took it in for 6. Tigers go up 21-13. Aggies answered. Next drive, Brock Seago rocking the Doug Flutie 22, dropped in a beaut to Clayton Jacobs. That got Kossuth inside the Nettleton 20. Few plays later, Zamarius Alexander, much like the logo on the helmet, bowled his way over the goal line. Aggies back within 1 with 2 minutes left in the half. Oswald and the Tigers, however, weren't done. Don't worry, mascot, they weren't done. 2-minute drill time. Oswald fires a strike to Xavier Dilworth, and this dude did not want to go down in this play. 1 tackle miss, 2 tackle, 3 tackle. Get off me. 4, 5, 6. Kossuth, and they didn't even get him to the ground. He's like Calvin Johnson out there. Next play with time ticking away, Oswald up to Dilworth, and he coasted into the end zone with 20 seconds left in the half. Looking pretty swaggy with the pink bandana for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. 10 points out of 10 on the St. Jean Swagometer. Nettleton rode that momentum into the second half. The defense pitched a second half shutout, and the offense kept rolling to a 55-20 win. Big game next week as the Tigers face off against the Amari Panthers. We'll hear from them in a second. On to Morville, where Caledonia and its wing T offense was clicking up 28-0 at the half. After a failed onside kick, Caledonia quarterback Zach Gorham pitched it to Darius Triplett. He picked up a first down, and they were on the verge of making it 35-0. Morville held tough, 4th and 1 on the 1, and the Troopers stuffed it. But they had to take over from their own 1-yard line. Dawson Phillips, quarterback for Morville, went to work, hit Michael Tharp on this slant pass. That gave him some breathing room. Later on in the drive, Phillips got it done with his legs as well, weaving his way through the Caledonia defense for a nice gain. Yeah, showing off the wheels. Quarterback can run too. Pass and run. Dual threat, as they say. And the cherry on top of the 99-yard drive Sunday, little out pass to Alec Hool. Touchdown Troopers. 99 yards. That ain't no joke. But Caledonia didn't give the Troopers life for long. That's the one score and the only score they surrendered. And they added a few more to go back home with a 42-8 win. Calhoun City hosted Eupora after getting last week off, and they got going early. Here's quarterback Jackson Lee with the keeper, going all out to find the end zone. He wanted it so bad. Oh, but down at the 2-yard line. No worries, though. A few plays later, he found a hole and found pay dirt. And pay dirt is what Calhoun City found. They go on to win 24-7. Moving on to the Battle of the Pontotocs. The Warriors hosted the South Pontotoc Cougars. South Pontotoc on the move in the second half, down 21-0. Handoff to Cody Stutzy, and that got the Cougars within striking distance. A few plays later, Stutzy tumbled over the goal line to put the Cougars on the board, and he's jacked up 21-7 at that point. On the ensuing drive, Connor Armstrong of Pontotoc with a pass that was a little off the mark, but L.J. Jones said, "Give me that ball, that's my ball," and scampered into South Pontotoc territory. That set up this touchdown run by Jamarcus Whitfield. A nice little piece of running there. They call that a counter play, I believe. 28-7 up on the Warriors. The Cougars did make a furious fourth quarter comeback, but the hole was just too deep. Pontotoc moved to 5-1 with the 36-29 win. North Pontotoc hosted New Albany, and the Bulldogs, fresh off their bye week, were clicking up 31-14 in the fourth, and they poured it on. Here's I. Nugent. He's like the Oprah of stiff arms. You get a stiff arm, you get a stiff arm, you get a stiff arm. That is a grown man run right there. Made it 38-14, and that's your final. The Bulldogs have another road game ahead of them next week against Corinth. That's a big one. North Pontotoc, they look to break their 3-game losing streak on the road as well. They're at Tishomingo. Undefeated Biggersville, hyped and ready as they run out to battle Baldwyn. Second drive, QB hands it off to Zay Davis, who runs it all the way. He is, oh my goodness, that man is fast. 6-0 at that point, Biggersville. Later on in the game, here's a forced tackle on Goldman Butler. Fumbles the ball, putting Baldwyn at the goal line. Oh my goodness. Do we have an upset brewing last night? QB Maddox Ritchie runs it in for the TD. It was 6-6 at that point. But man, Biggersville, they are a buzzsaw this year. They're outscoring their opponents 316-40 so far. 13 is the second most points they've given up. They travel to Coldwater next week. Baldwyn has only played 2 games this year because of the coronavirus, both against undefeated teams. Not an easy stretch for them. They play Ashland next week at home. Homecoming night for the Boonville Blue Devils. We pick things up in the third quarter, 24-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. QB John Daniel Deaton passes to Tavarius Brown, who goes all the way to the goal line. Did he get in? Did they mark him out of bounds? Marked him out of bounds on the 1-yard line. They ended up scoring, but look at that. Totally faked out our camera woman on that play. John Deaton snuck it in, 30-6 in favor of Boonville. And here's John Deaton again, connects with Carson Nash, who goes all the way in, untouched for the touchdown, 38-6. At that point, Boonville goes on to win 45-19. Boonville plays Kossuth next week. Belmont, in search of their first win, they'll play Alcorn Central. To Longnecker Field we go. Amari, 5-1 Amari, hosting aforementioned Alcorn Central. Alcorn Central, Chadwick Sanders takes it around the end, but fumbles, and Amari recovers. A few plays later, Alcorn Central punts it, and Amari's Braxton Griffin, he finds a seam in the defense, and he's going. 63 yards for the touchdown. Amari win 48-0, setting up a big matchup against Nettleton. The Seminoles of Smithville, 1-3, hosting 2-3 West Lowndes. West Lowndes on offense, QB Cameron Blair will be sacked by Ryan Christane for a 5-yard loss. Smithville coach was like, I like that. A few plays later, Cameron Braille for West Lowndes passes to Kadorius McGee, 20-yard touchdown. West Lowndes, they put it on the Seminoles, 48-26. They're back to 500. They host Noxapater next week. Smithville will travel to Okolona. Hatley hosting Aberdeen last night. Aberdeen on offense here. Hands off to Xavier Young. Hatley's defense with the big stop. Nice pursuit there. Love the defense, but Aberdeen was like, guys, got to keep grinding. Few plays later, Aberdeen's C.J. Arnold takes it himself on the bootleg. 2-yard touchdown with the nice little juke right there. Bulldogs go on to win 47-16. That is their first win of the 2020 campaign. They'll host Houston next week. Hatley stays at home next week against Noxubee County. Whew! And now it's time for our cheer team of the week. This week, the honored, nay, the privilege, nay, the esteemed title goes to the Itawamba Indians. Take it away, girls.
We are Itawamba. We are Itawamba.
The Friday Night Fever Cheer Squad of the Week is sponsored by Magnolia Soap and Bath Company.
Okay. Let's see. So Ria's as live is 1:12. Let's do, bring that North Albany, the New Albany North Pontotoc, and I'm just going to be like, some plays you got to see twice, and after Northeast, yep. Welcome back to Friday Night Fever. I'm Matt St. Jean. The Lake Cormorant football program has only been around for 11 years, just over a decade. Last night, they made program history. Rhea Thornton was there and gives us the recap.
David took down Goliath here in West Point on Thursday night as Lake Cormorant got its first win in program history against the Green Waves. And here's how it went down. West Point had the lead at half 10-7, but midway through the third quarter, Gator QB Telvin Amos launches the pigskin down to Jordan Martin for a TD, giving the Gators back its first quarter lead 14-10. But after another touchdown by Lake Cormorant, West Point digs down deep for its own duo of TDs. This one coming from junior running back Cameron Young, who dives to the pylon to regain the lead for the Green Waves 24-21. But as I mentioned earlier, here comes David with a handoff to Jeremy Henderson. He scoots through a huge hole and takes it to the house. Nice little slide into the end zone, solidifying the road win for the Gators. Lake Cormorant gets the upset in West Point, 35-26. This is the first home district loss for the Green Waves since 2014. West Point will be looking to bounce back next week against Grenada. Reporting from West Point High School, Rhea Thornton, WTVA 9 Sports.
Starkville Academy hosted Bayou Academy for the Vols' homecoming game. The Vols came ready to play last night. Randall Futrall hands the ball off to C.J. Jackson, who does what he does best, flying through the defense. He sets the Vols up in great position, and in the same drive, Jackson gets the ball again, and you can see his pure grit to get to that pylon, muscling his way through. He gave Starkville Academy its first lead of the night. The Colts worked their own running back, Magic Hayes Holman, sprints around to the corner and carries several Vols defensemen with him to get the first down. But ultimately, it was the home team who got the homecoming win. Starkville Academy defeated Bayou Academy 21-7. And we're going to go over to Oak Hill Academy facing off against Carroll Academy. And let me tell you, this was all about Carroll Academy. Nice pass right there. And, you know, just this one was just brutal. Just a brutal game. 45-0 in favor of Carroll Academy. And we've got some JUCO action. NEMCC looking for its second win of the young season today on the road against Mississippi Delta. This game was supposed to be tomorrow, but was moved up because of Hurricane Delta. Let's head to the Delta. Just minutes into the game, Trojans ready to add to their 3-0 lead when Jordan Gilliland wings a dart right into the hands of Lorenzo Perez on the slant route. Perez, a load to bring down, won't be denied, stretches for the goal line, gets in there for the first of 2 opening quarter touchdowns for the Trojans. They took a 17-0 lead. But on the ensuing drive, back come the Tigers when Kevin Hurley rolls right and dumps off the pass to Sean Dalton Weatherby, turns upfield, then turns on the Jets, streaks in for the score, made it 17-7 at that point. Then in the second quarter, Northeast defense starts to stiffen when Jamarcus Smith comes up with the big jarring hit, and out comes the ball and right into the hands of Jamal Ellis. I love that, and look at the big guy rumble for 15 yards before taking it down inside Delta's territory. Tigers came alive in the fourth quarter. They go on to win 40-23. The 2-0 Tigers' next game is at home for next week for homecoming against Coahoma. And some plays you just got to see more than once, and that goes to Nugent of New Albany, the grown man run, the sultan of the stiff arm. What a run there for the New Albany Bulldogs. That is a big boy right there. New Albany, of course, they went on to win, just in case you missed it, 38-14. And in other JUCO news, ICC was off this week after Holmes went into quarantine. They are on the road against Northwest next Thursday. And that's all we've got for this edition of Friday Night Fever. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Have a great weekend.